Welcome to Marriott MBA Today. I'm your host, Dan Patten. I'm joined by Lori Stockton. Thank you very much for coming today, Lori.
Thanks for having me.
And we're actually continuing a series on internships. Excited to learn a little bit more about your internship. Now, I understand that you interned at Proctor Gamble over the summer in HR. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was great. I was located in Cincinnati at their general office, so downtown Cincinnati. And they split me between talent supply, which is basically their recruiting function, and compensation and benefits. They had me do about 60% of my time in talent supply and about 40% in compensation and benefits.
Okay, great. Well, let's focus, I guess, on the compensation and benefits part. That sounded pretty interesting. What were some of your major responsibilities? Tell me about maybe any of the challenges that you faced in that area.
Sure. It was the first time compensation and benefits had an intern, so they were very excited to have me there for the help I was able to bring. I had an opportunity there to do a lot of work with global teams. I was on phone calls with South Africa and Belgium and people all over the world to get some insights in terms of what was happening in compensation and benefits in all of those areas, and really help bring them together as one unified group. So that was a really neat experience there.
Did you have to pull like all sorts of crazy hours in order to get on the phone with everybody?
Yeah, actually I had a couple 6 or 7 a.m. calls, and then I had a couple 9 or 10 p.m. calls, and that person bailed on me a couple times, so that was an interesting experience.
Wow.
But it was great to get to connect with all of them. They all had, it was interesting to see the different perspectives, but at the same time, a very unified purpose and a very unified company. So it was cool.
Great. Well, tell me a little bit about the talent side, what you did there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. A lot of my meatier projects had to do with employment branding, which I found fascinating. It's kind of merging marketing and HR together. I did a lot of going out to our consumers or our recent hires and finding out what their consumer needs were, what brought them to Procter & Gamble, what things we have to offer that really attract candidates. And then I went back and I created a kind of a new marketing strategy for recruiting in terms of what information do we need to be getting out when, what attracts candidates to P&G, and how can we better market ourselves as that to attract more top talent. So I got to work with third-party vendors on our actual pamphlets and our websites, and I got to redesign the presentation we take on campuses. So I thought it was very intriguing to be able to work on that as an HR professional.
That's fascinating. How was that received when you presented results and so forth? It
was good. I think I brought some new insights being basically in the consumer market myself.
Right.
And I think I was able to bring some new insights that they hadn't considered. It's such a changing market. I mean, the candidates that they hired 3 years ago had very different needs than the candidates now with mobile spaces and LinkedIn and mobile apps that are used in recruiting. That I brought a lot of new, fresh ideas that, again, they just hadn't thought of, and I think they really appreciated that and kind of the impetus to go down some new paths.
Great. Well, tell us a little bit about Cincinnati. What was your favorite part about the city where pigs fly?
It was great. We really loved it. We live downtown. We're not city folk. But I think we just loved being downtown in the middle of everything because it's a big city. We always say it has big city amenities without the big city hassle. So it has the high rises, and it has tons of Fortune 500 companies. It has young professionals. It has music. It has food. It has anything you could really want, sports. But you don't get the traffic, and you don't get the crime. You don't get the cost. We live in a downtown loft for a couple $100s more than we pay here in Provo.
Wow.
We got to be in the middle of everything. And it really has a sense of community for being a big city. On Thursday, I guess every night of the week, they have a square downtown, and they have bands come and play every night of the week during the summer. And Thursday nights, they have salsa on the square where they give salsa lessons, and you have 300 people from all walks of life, homeless people, rich people, black, white, all coming together to salsa dance in their own way. So it was really cool to be part of a community and a big city.
Wow, that's awesome. Sounds like a little big city.
Definitely.
Great thing to be a part of. Well, thank you very much for your time today. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing with us a little bit on Procter & Gamble. Just one final question for you. Any advice you'd give to aspiring candidates to go over on, say, HR, marketing, or so forth at Procter & Gamble?
At Procter & Gamble? I think learn to work with people. They're very relationship based. You get work done through the people there, and the people are so willing to help. And just making sure that now when you're job searching and as you get onto your jobs, make sure you know people there, and you value them and you add value to them, because that's really going to help you as you go along and you face challenges. They're going to be there for you.
Great. I think that's great advice. We really appreciate that. Thanks again for coming on today. And as I said, this has been another edition of Morning of Marriott MBA today. We're doing a little rebranding effort here, so we're really excited about that. I hope you continue to stay tuned. Thank you.